You know, a drag queen, when they put a pen to paper, you know we're going to be entertained. And just the title itself, Southern Fried Sass, I need it. I want to know about it. So, girl, give me the tea. What am I reading when this comes out in November?
So it's my life. It's part memoir, it's part tell all, which there's a lot of juicy tidbits in there that people have never heard before about Drag Race and beyond. And it's part cookbook because everybody's got a love language, and mine, of course, is food. And I've learned throughout my life that even if you don't share a spoken language with somebody, you can share a conversation with food. So I've been all around the world and I've met all these people who maybe can't communicate with me verbally, but they will give me something to eat that is like something that represents them and their culture. And I feel like it's a great conversation starter. It's a great way to learn about somebody and their culture. So that's what this is. It's the story of my life told through food and the people that have kind of shaped me. My grandmother was a big driving force in my life. And when she passed away, you know, everybody, of course, they swoop in like vultures. And there's a lot of story in there about my very Jerry Springer-esque family. And they're good stories. They're fun for you, not for me, but they were fun for you. But the only thing that I wanted was her recipe box because we used to cook together. And she actually took it and she hid it. And she told my mom where it was so that she would be able to give it to me when she passed away. So I have that. I cook from that recipe box all the time. And she always said, you know, when you're given something, you take it, you make it better, and then you put it back out into the world. And I mean, I do that with everything in my life. I try to apply that every day. So what I've done, what my mission was with this cookbook was to take her recipes, put a little bit more of myself into it, give it a little more modern spin, and put it back out there into the world.
That is seriously everything. Oh, thank you for sharing that with me because I think that is so cool. And what I love about books like that, like you just feel the love, especially as you're talking about food and the stories and you're making the food and getting to like do it. You just feel the love, like going on those types of journeys and reading those books. So props to you, Queen, for putting that out there.
Thank
I think
you.
people are going to love that.
What's been very exciting is that, you know, the book launches on November 7th, but of course we've sent out all of the pre-reader copies, and all of these reviewers, like very well-known reviewers, are starting to send in their reviews. People who didn't necessarily know who I was, and even if they knew that I was a drag queen from TV, they didn't know anything about my story. We're getting all these 5-star glowing reviews that are, this is such a universal story. This is something that I honed in on and connected with immediately. And that's what I've been encouraging people to do, not just to boost the book sales, because I do need your book sales, but I've been saying, buy yourself a copy if you want it, and then buy a copy and send it to somebody who wouldn't buy one for themselves, somebody who needs to hear this story, to realize that even though we're all different, we're all unique, there's more that we have in common than we don't as human beings. We all share very similar paths. So, like, I've sent a whole box of them to Ron DeSantis' office. And I've been telling people, buy one for your racist Aunt Helen, buy one for your bigoted cousin Kelly. Like, whoever it is, get it and get it into the hands of somebody who could benefit from hearing an actual, honest, living, breathing story from a queer perspective.